It's Tuesday. You know what that means. Tactical Tuesdays with EDC with DBD. That's me. Disabled but deadly. What it do, homies? What it do? Looks like the names are fixed. That's good. First in the chat was the Woo. Blind Wolf Fury, remember Kripple Krew? Then we got my boy Marco, always early. Half empty, what it do? What it do? Jason Beecher. Yo, what's up? Projectiles are sharp, remember Kripple Krew? What's up, Tristan? Kelly, what's up, sis? How are you, Kelly? Is my voice echoing for everybody? Because I don't have anything set up differently today. Is it coming through funky for everyone? I just got another North Mountain blade, Kelly. The Chop 2 Thumb Stud Edition. With that SLD magic. I'm really digging this one. Making a huge pot of spaghetti sauce. Yay, yay. Gotta love that spaghetti. I'm doing fantastic, and I hope you guys all are as well. Awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for clearing that up. I can't believe that it's already July 1st. That is nutty, folks. Nutty. Our year is halfway over. It's almost time for 4th of July. How is this year flying by so quickly? Donnie, what's up? Blessed Knives. Remember our my homie making some knives, working and listening. I think this year is flying by so quickly because the deadly daughter goes to college next month. And like time is just disappearing. But I can't believe that it's already July. Gareth, my brother from a South African mother. What it do, brethren? How are you? Remember Kripple Krew Inc.? They added the thumb disc to the Chop 2s, Gareth. And it makes it so nice being able to reverse flick them now. I'm excited. I've got a couple of Ultim knives headed this way in a trade that I'm very stoked for. I've got a Tempest Microjet and I don't remember if the other one was a mini pyrite or the other little CJRB button lock. I can't remember what it's called. But either way, it's Ultim. What's everybody carrying today? I'm sure the pockets is loaded. Jimmy Crow, what's up, brethren? How are you, brother? Hope you're doing well. I keep forgetting I can click people. Ron Dobbins, what's going on, my man? How are you? Good to see you, brother. Remember Kripple Krew Inc.? Ripley and a Strider SNG. That's a hell of a carry. Jimmy Crow's got that bug out, and you know he's also got a Sack Fieldmaster. Jason Beecher got the Pickled Steel Warhawk, Leatherman Wingman, Gerber Utility Knife, and a Case Saudi Jr. Got home yesterday and your Supercell showed up. Ooh, that's such a good knife. That's one of my favorite Tempest models that I've handled. It just felt so good. I would love to get one and do a flipper delete on it. You got the button lock. Oh, that's when you have a button lock flipper chop. That Joker variant is sexy. If you guys didn't see that, I'm gonna pull up North Mountain Blades Instagram real quick. Maybe. Let's just go straight to the post. There it is. Oh, I want this. We are going to share this screen real quick. Flip it, delete the world, and cover it in Ultim. Ron Dobbins has the Chevron Yan Circa Tie titanium scales, golden design nugget tie scales, and Big Idea titanium design with a G-Shock watch. Yo, yo, yo. Check out, if you haven't seen the Joker edition of the Chop 2 button lock, look at this. You've got a DLC SLD Magic Blade, DLC coated with the purple and green or purple and yellow carbon fiber. That looks insane. Oh, that looks so good. They're frost finish still, or they're tri finish, and then the DLC on top of it. Got the Spyderco Manix 2, Cold Steel Verdict, Leatherman Charge, Pickle Steel Warhog for the week. Yay, yay, yay. Whereabouts are you right now for work? Don't forget, you can use code DBD at North Mountain Blade to save 10% when you pick that Joker up. I thought of you as soon as I saw it, Kelly. That purple and black. Picked up the Noah Raiden R2. Oof, that's going to be dope. Those look so good. I just got this in yesterday. Rocktol has upgraded the STO2, and now they're calling it the Gen R Lite because they've upgraded the blade steel to VG10. Of course, you can still get the S35VN blade replacement and put it in there if you want to rock a S35 blade in here. But you get the leather sheath that easy on and off the belt, and the Gen R Lite with the S30, or being the VG10 blade, for like $26 with discount. The original STO2 for $20 was my most carried multi-tool of last year. This year, I've been carrying the big brother, the Gen R, with the S35 blade. But this Gen R Lite is going to get a lot of belt time because I like the smaller size and lighter weight of the of this form factor. Matt Moore, what's going on? Got a picture of your heathen? It's almost done. Oh, the North Mountain Echo Sheep's Foot. Oh, yes, that one is also gorgeous. This blade, do you mean this one with the compound grind or this one with the compound grind? Carbon fiber or titanium? Yeah, I think $26 after discount for the VG10 Gen R Lite with the leather sheath is a pretty damn good deal. It really is gorgeous with the camo carbon. I've got a couple of good options recently, Ron. But to answer your question, Matt, this is the Defcon Knives Cardington, designed by my homie Bladed Ginger. It is titanium and M390 with a beautiful compound grind drop point Tonto and the leverage lock, which, whoop, that was my fault, is a pivot button actuated liner lock. You can see that liner. When I push the button, it moves the leaf spring that pulls that liner out of the way and allows it to close. Very, very strong lockup. Crazy strong lockup. Finger safe, fidgety action. 250 at Defcon Knives. You know, a lot of I think you would enjoy several of the Kooby titanium and like 14C models. There, you know, the KB line has the more expensive stuff, but Kooby still does like titanium and 14C in knives like the the silo that I did yesterday on Cripple Dome is a great one. But I would look at a lot of the Kooby titanium stuff. Josh 304, remember Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, homie? Because if you check out White Mountain Knives and look at Kooby, when you add knives to the cart, watch the price drop, and then you can use code DBD to save another 10%. That was the best place to get the Supercell for a while. It just depends really on how much you want to spend, homie, because there's a lot of good knives out there that can be recommended. Yeah, the Kooby, I can show you the Kooby silo. I still have it here. What it do, below average Utah Dad member Kripple Krew? How are you? Good to see you, homie. Like, this is the silo. It doesn't look like the Kaiser Harpoon and 3V. I don't have it yet. I want to get one. Darkwater really digs it, and I know a lot of people that like it. So the Kooby silo is titanium and 14C. Wicked, wicked action. This one is a frame lock, but wicked action, wicked blade, and it's out of stock on White Mountain Knives. I would watch White Mountain Knives for it because the price on Kooby's website is a little high, but that's just one option. But what I'm saying is Kooby's titanium and 14C lines, I really, really like. These have been under $100 on White Mountain Knives, but you can't find it for that right now. But like, as far as low cost titanium, Kooby is one of the best. Thank you, Ron Dobbins. I appreciate that, brethren. Smaller multi-tools, Ron. You know, I've shown the Roxson companion before, which is the Flex companion, which is the addition to the Flex modular plier tool that you could choose all of your implements. I have got a couple new implements lately, like the mini pliers, which I really like the addition of, because if I'm carrying this, there's no need for a big plier, and I can adjust the other tools in here as need be. Plus, I have a full-size driver. But I really, Lady Ginger, we were just showing the Cardington. What it do, homie? So, Matt, you asked about the Cardington. There's the designer right there. So I just threw the blade back in this the other day just to show how easy it was to swap this out. But I had this turned into a TSA-friendly travel knife tool. The new Roxson Flex Mini is freaking dope. You can lock it so you don't open the tools. You can access all your tools just by popping it up. This one has 4 tool slots plus a 4mm driver and tweezers and plastic replaceable toothpick. So much better for me than a metal pick. Kane Miranda, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? What it do? Kathleen Smith, member Kripple Krew Inc. What up, sis? War Room, the original first member of Kripple Krew Inc. William Hornbostel, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on, homie? So there is the Roxson Flex Mini, Ron, which is a killer tool. How much was it? $36, I think. After my code, the link and the description is in the link and code is in the description of the live. But another look at the new Gen R Lite, Ron. This one's only 26. Yes, they both Roxson and Rocktol I have had great luck with. Pickled steel and Shanzu P-Foul. Yay, yay. You get very, very sharp scissors, full-size scissors. You get you get a dual file and a diamond file, and all a micro driver, a can opener, a can opener, and a flathead. And all of these lock except for the full-size driver, which is on a strong double detent. Comes with a Phillips and a glass breaker. Kind of a cool bit. And then you have the VG10 blade. Comes with a leather sheath. Easy on and off the belt for $26 with VG10, Ron. Very lightweight if you don't need a plier. And you can pick up the S35VN blade, I think for less than $30 if you wanted to swap it out to S35VN. The links for Rocktol and Roxson are both in the description of the live, Ron, with the codes, because I have different codes with each of them. One of them's EDC with DBD, and one of them's EDC with DBD 10. So those are both listed with the links in the description, homie. Got the Scarp Pro, yay, yay, and the Shanzu P-Fell yesterday. That Scarp Pro blade is so beautiful. Speaking of beautiful blades, the thumb disc completely changes the chop too. It feels so good to be able to reverse flick that beautiful SLD Magic blade out. The contoured carbon fiber looks fantastic. There you go, set it off against the brass backspacer. Carrying your Anno Cardington, calling it your Ginger Baton edition. I like it. And like all North Mountain blades, it is crazy sharp. I have never received a blade from these guys that I couldn't make confetti with if I wanted to. Yeah, the thumb disc feels great on it. Matches the back spacer and the ring around the button lock. And the button lock is tuned even better on this one. The Ultim was the previous best Chop 2 detent, but this is even better. No bounce out at all. Tuned perfectly. Do you know that HRC? Yes, they run this 61, 62 HRC every day, because they typically send a certificate with them, and every one that I have received has been at either a 61 point or 62 point something HRC on their SLD Magic. You can see that core running through the blade. Yes, this thumb disc, it's in the right spot so that every time my thumb or my middle finger catches it perfectly. I mean, let's see. Oh yeah, ring finger, pinky, easy 5-finger flip. Whoop, that was me getting in the way. Index. Yeah. It's tuned perfectly and placed perfectly. When it breaks the detent, it goes out every time. Good to see you too, Lewis. Yeah, the thumb disc definitely makes it feel a lot different than... Pull my other one back out. Then this one with just the flipper. Such nice knives. It actually says 45 auto on it and NMB for North Mountain Blades. I'm pretty sure he thought the same thing, War Room. Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed about the thumb disc, was that it actually said that on there. Now, you could do a flipper delete on this and make it perfect. Yes, you could shave this perfectly flush. And then it would be flush here and here and still catch the stop pin. Neil to the Mac, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? How are you today? So I'm curious. I would like to know what folks' top 3 or top 5 knives of 2025 so far are. I definitely have some different contenders. For me right now, the best budget knife of 2025 isn't even close. William Hornbostel, there are people that can't comment on my shorts, like War Room. War Room cannot comment on my shorts and hasn't been able to for like 10 months. And there's nothing on my channel that shows that he's blocked. There's nothing I can find to do about it. And I can't comment on Weldon Carey or Barbie's, and she's never blocked me. I can chat on the lives, but I can't comment on their shorts. I It's weird, homie. I don't know how some of the YouTube blocks happen. Was this on a live that you couldn't talk? Yo! That's going to be awesome. Garrett's first live is coming up soon, folks. And Uncle Jimmy is going to be on there to do a Q&A on knife modding. That is sick. If you guys aren't familiar, Jimmy Crow does amazing mods for the entire community. And the fact that he's going to be the first guest on Gareth's first live means two of my favorite people are going to be on that show. That's awesome. You may have even accidentally got clicked. Like somebody could have been trying to click somebody else, homie. Yeah. He could probably, if it's in the lives, it could be, you could be unbanned. That's going to be fun, Gareth. I'll be there, homie. Brian F. What it do, my man? How are you today, brother? Another one of my favorite budget knives of the year so far, my budget EDC fixie of the year, is the Kooby and Aries EDC Bloom. Whether you get the Ultim or the micartas, for me, this is the top budget fixed blade of the year so far. My top premium knives was a little is harder right now. I've got some definite contenders. One of my top knives of the year is absolutely one of my top 5 premium knives, probably top 3, is the Defcon and Bladed Ginger Cardington. The ergos for a full-size knife are so good. The action, the lockup, everything about this is a huge win. And this is one of my top premium knives. Yeah, Bloom and Muskrat. The Muskrat is also very high on my list, as you know. I love my Muskrat. Yes, that's so going to be dope. That's going to be a great knife. I can't wait to see it when it's done. But another one of my top knives in the premium category this year is this Kaiser Silverwing, which made me eat my words from just a few days ago when I said that KB and Concept this year have just blown Kaiser out of the water when it comes to design and manufacturing quality on the premium knives. Kaiser decided to make me eat my words with this Silverwing. The level of intricacy and attention to detail at work here is just nuts. This knife is done so well. Everything about this is done beautifully. Have a great one, Jimmy. Love you, brother. This, to me, I would rather have this than that Chinese mid-tech Gen X blade I showed the other day. Hey, that's a good year so far. But this is Kaiser jumping back in saying, don't forget us, homies. This is down here to represent, to fill in for my top B&A. Kaiser's nice, but still prefer Kooby and Concept. I do too, overall. I'm just saying, what it do, B&A? Hope you're doing well. I'm just saying that this knife made me eat my words that Kaiser hasn't kept up. Or Kaiser, that they had surpassed Kaiser's capabilities. Kaiser is obviously capable. They've just been coasting all year on Militas. You know what I'm saying? And they could be doing this. Had plenty over the years, but knowing steel and materials is new. Fair enough, yeah. Next week, you're trying to grab a TCal and a Warhog. Yo, yo, yo. Have a good one, being Neil Mac. Thanks for popping in, homie. You know, the most important thing about a knife isn't the knife steel or who makes it, or the most important thing about a knife is whether you like it enough to carry it, homie. Kaiser's dead to you. I know this. I know this. I do not have an Italian stiletto, homie. Yes, too many Militas. And now, did you guys see the Styles and Munko collab? It's a choiled Milita handle with a Munko blade, and it just looks like another Milita rather than something between those guys because they've done too many. I'll check that out. This is filling in for the AM8 Mark II by DC Blades as my top beef jerky defense knife of the year so far. I love that Mark II, but Titanium Justin has it currently to review. So this is taking its spot. And don't forget, these launched this week on the DC Blades website. This silver twill is the most expensive version at $90 shipped in the US. The black carbon fiber with satin is $85 shipped in the US. And the black G10 with stonewash still has the titanium clip, is $75 shipped in the US. So between $75 and $90 for these wicked Glaurungs, Glaurung King of the Dragons. Phenomenal little knife. Awesome, awesome budget knife. The action is killer. For a shorter knife, the ergos are awesome. And as wicked as it looks, very useful for EDC stuff. Yeah, the Shanzu P-Foul, I've seen images of it. It looks like a decent kind of a take on a shilling cutter style blade. Yeah, Chris was all about Kaiser, and then he found and scored the perfect Milita from the first run and paid a fair amount of money for it. And then they dropped 1 million Militas. Mini, full, fixed, budget, expensive, in between. Just 1 billion Militas. And made all that work that he did scoring his perfect Milita pointless. Yeah, true that. They make nice knives, but yeah, they definitely pissed War Room off. For me this year, where they have been hitting has been EDC fixed blades. That's been Kaiser's strongest suit this year for me. The beaver was great. The hair was a nice knife. I love the muskrat. Kaiser's really been doing nice on the fixed blades. The Ursa Major is a great full-size fixed blade. Beautiful knife. Their fixed blades this year is where I've been happy with Kaiser. Minus the Militop fixed blade. I'm not a fan. Berkeley Serico, what it do? Good to see you, homie. Yeah, with the bag glider. Yes, Kaiser makes great knives. Like their quality is absolutely there. If you like a Kaiser design, there's no reason not to pick it up, especially when the prices come down a little. Because the knives they make are all very well made. I just think they put way too much into the Militop basket this year and didn't spend time bringing us stuff that was more interesting. I'm not saying the Militop is a bad knife. I'm going to show Bladed Ginger's carry first. We've got the Ginger Vuitton Cardington. We've got Titanium AD 20.5. And then I don't know what this Artisan is, but I like it. That's a cool Artisan. And then here's the P-Foul that William's talking about. Leaf-shaped blade. Looks like titanium scales, maybe? I can't remember. Artisan Tacit. Gotcha. Yeah, it does look like a nice user, for sure. I'm a big fan of shilling cutter style blades after the Nightshade, Kane. I like my Nightshades. But I do want to get the new shilling cutter from Vosteed because I like it with this banker lock and all the opening methods that I just failed. But yeah, I like all the fidgetability. And I think this one is the perfect size. It's a tweener. The handle has got less of that curve. It's a little bit more of an EDC style handle, but with the still with the capabilities of the shilling cutter blade. And I haven't taken it apart yet to see how much of a pain it is to put together, but the Vanker lock feels great. You know, I preferred the mini Nightshade to the full size because I liked the crossbar lock on it versus the liner lock on the full size. And the mini is just a great size to carry, but I do think this new shilling cutter is probably the best of the three. I just want them to put one out in Ultim with County Com, so it'll match my two Nightshades. I am a fan of the shilling cutter style. I liked, yeah, the mini's a beast. Matter of fact, reach into the box, the Ultim box. The mini is such a beast. The full-size Nightshade is a great knife, especially with the thumb studs. I would not want a flipper tab because then you couldn't choke up right here. But the more neutral handle does give it more of an EDC grip. Powdered steel with G10 handles, 39, not bad at all. Yeah, I've always been a fan of this one. I tuned it to the strongest setting on the springs. This thing has been one of my most carried fifth pocket knives because it's so light and just disappears. But if they do an Ultim version of the Shillin cutter, I'm going to be all over it. $39's about what that should be. Just in case you weren't here on Saturday, figured I'd show everybody. My only boss deeds in the collection right now are those two Nightshades and my Ultim Corgi Sheepfoot, but I do want to get more. Pippo, what's up? Welcome. We got our first entry in the gas station knife war of 2025 from member of Kripple Krew Inc., Neil Mudd. We've got a massive attitude adjuster, a 4-part beer opener that's probably more likely to bust the glass top off the bottle than take the lid off or cap. We have tip down and the longest pocket clip of any knife at my house. Then we have an assisted flipper with a singular thumb stud. However, those holes give you the tactical reverse flick. And then I have not seen the Vasti Naga. And then you have the rainbow finish on the blade and liners. And don't forget, anybody can make a knife that cuts paper. But what about one that breaks it in half? This thing just breaks paper. That's right. The Razor Tactical Survival Knife Series is the first knife in our gas station knife war of 2025 competition. Yes, I did see the Herman rainbow finish. Turning a $2,000 knife or whatever into, actually, yeah, that one with the rainbows more. Turning a multiple $1,000 knife into a gas station knife is crazy. Let me pull Garrett's. Where are you? Here we go. I'll show you Garrett's entry in the gas station knife war of 2025. We have an OTF Microtech Columbia clone. We've got, they put the logo of an expensive company and one of the cheapest companies on the knife. But we have a double edge. Look how wonky those grinds are. Holy crap. OTF with Nux. I love that it says Columbia on it and tries to do a Microtech logo. It's like, do I want to be crappy? Do I want to be dope? Giant glass breaker. And then he found, you know, an amazing boker. That's just funny. But yes, check out Garrett's entry into the gas station knife war of 2025. You can't mess with it. Yeah. I can't show that yet. Not till you get it in hand, William. When you get it in hand, I'll show it. Are the grinds bad or is the blade crooked? Yes. Yes. Both. It bends the paper under pressure. I'm okay with certain colors. Like I have a couple of the rose gold or um like this coloration on the blade. I am okay with. And I like black blades. But colors don't really do it for me. I do want to see these new coatings that ProTech, Microtech, Spyderco are all working on though, that are supposed to be as tougher than DLC and give them more color options because I could be cool with some of them. I do like the rose gold or the FTE finishes for sure. Mister, what's up? That one's gonna be funny, William. That one's gonna be a good one. Yeah, so I don't mind all colorings, but some of them I'm just not down with. I don't like the sapphire blues, really. Jesse, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my man? I know some people really love that sapphire blade, but I'm just it's not me. Yeah, see, I do think the avocado PM2. I think that thing is fugly and awesome. Yay, yay, yay! The golden food dragon makes everybody want one. Yeah, they didn't have a rainbow. Orange, blue, and green blades. You know, I wouldn't mind like a smoky gray. I could like if they had a finish that was strong as DLC and a smoky gray, I could be cool with that. I'm not the biggest fan of satin because I'm constantly wiping the fingerprints off of it. I don't mind a stone wash. And now when I'm carrying it, I don't care. But when I'm showing knives is when I care. I prefer black blades or a nice heavy duty stone wash. Pickled steel stone wash is great. ITB. Beardo, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my man? What it do? Tenable Tiny Dancer. The gray is nice. T2. Yeah, yeah. That one is a cool looking little knife. I love your mom says they have a Hello Kitty one. Some guy thinking he's funny. Oh well. Not sure what you think of the rose gold raccoon I won. Wouldn't pick it, but it's growing on you. See, that one I do like. That's the clip point. That's the white with the rose gold and the clip point button liner lock, top liner lock. I do want that raccoon. Hello, Rose. Welcome, Rose. Uh, my first rose gold blade was a clip point on my Bowie pyrite. It this was the first time that kind of finish really looked good to me. Now it is a massive fingerprint magnet, horrible for it, just horrible. But carrying it today. I do think that Fosteed's clip point with the rose gold looks beautiful. That's one that I would like to get. Yeah, as long as it's cheap and ghetto, you know, people would vote on it. Thinking next might be a DIY Seiko clone from AliExpress. Is it one a DIY? So you build it? You build the automatic watch yourself? Don't forget, folks, this Saturday, we are giving away a Mad Yako Hank, a TRM Tagalong Fixie, and a Woobin G5 flashlight. The review video for this knife and the entry video for the giveaway will be live tomorrow. You can enter this tomorrow, starting tomorrow, on the review video of the TRM Tagalong. That's cool, Beardo. And you must be present on Saturday to win. But one winner is going to get all 3 items. This does come with the ulti clip to attach it to your pocket or belt. And you get a first run sold out TRM Tagalong. Their first run in PSB 27 steel sold out very quickly, but they kept one aside to give away to the Kripple Krew. The next batch is going to be magnet cut. So these are going to be like almost collectible status, being the fact that only the first run is going to be the PSB 27. Yeah, I was so excited when they said they wanted to thank the Kripple Krew, and asked if I wanted to give one of these away. I said absolutely. They know I like the green micarta, so they kept it aside for the Kripple Krew. It also comes with a leather piece to make a lanyard. Perfect EDC fixie size. Beautiful leather taco sheath, all made in the USA. And then a beautiful Mad Yako handmade Hank. And such a useful flashlight, the Woobin G5. Somebody's going to get a nice spicy upgrade to their carry. And if the odds hold up, Jesse's the most likely. Oh, that's awesome, Matt Maher. Yeah, TRM has become my favorite American knife company. One of my favorite knife companies, period. The people there are awesome. The knives are amazing. This Neutron 2 is my most carried knife this year. This is has been with me almost every single day since I've had it. I've never carried a knife this often. Well, a specific blade as much as I carry this one. It's always part of my rotation. And I really want to add one of these fixies to my carry. But they are sold out. But somebody is going to win one. I'm really excited to give this away on Saturday. And a huge shout out to TRM for wanting to show support to the Kripple Krew. This is because when you guys buy knives, you use my code. And, I know it saves you 10%. But stuff like that really helps out the channel. Not only are you saving yourself money, 10% in free shipping at TRM whenever you use my code, but it shows them that their products on my channel are successful. And it makes them want to keep sending stuff and giving stuff away to the Kripple Krew. They get videos, you get knives. It's a great, great deal. And it is a slicing beast. Very, very sharp. PSB 27 is a spray form D2 that took D2's formulation, turned it into a spray form, and it's supposed to be 3 times better. I am not familiar with it. I don't have a PSB 27 blade, but I love D2. And a spray form D2 can only be better. Yeah, the neutron's always in my pocket. It's just there. It has its own spot. Other knives rotate. The neutron doesn't. I appreciate you, Ron. Thank you for that. That does mean a lot to me. But I'm really stoked to be able to send this to one person in the Kripple Krew. And this is open to everybody. And somebody's going to get a very nice upgrade to their carry. Or addition to their carry. Put the whooping back down here because that's my top light of the year at the moment. Yeah, so far, that's my top light of 2025 just because of its convenience and price. But what do you guys think are some of the best knives of 2025, specifically 2025 releases? Chris Lopez, look at that. We talk about TRM and Mr. TRM shows up. How you doing today, brethren? No, it's going to be an entry video, William Hornbossel. It'll be the video on the TRM tag along specifically. It will go live tomorrow. And you'll be able to enter starting tomorrow. Look for a review on the TRM tag along, and then we will give it away this weekend. We've gotten to look at one of Chris Lopez's TRMs before. The next one I'm going to have to bug him to check out is the frame lock, the Neutron frame lock. Orion, Par, and Tiny Dancer. Okay. The Orion is a fantastic budget knife. I really enjoyed it. I don't have one, but I did review one. Hell yeah. Yeah, looking forward to it this Saturday, homie. I would absolutely check it out if it was near me. Go to the store. We don't care. Like, I just go to the store when I need to re-up. I would, yeah, if the TRM factory was near me, I would absolutely. I appreciate you, Chris. I would absolutely, and by the way, what's up, Dana, and welcome. I would absolutely go visit it. They're great people, and the knives they make are beautiful. Their tolerances, the level of fit and finish, the attention to detail that they put into their knives is just phenomenal. There's always room for more cripples, Dana. The Kripple Krew is always growing. Always growing. Yay, yay, Jesse. Get that rip. You know I pre-gamed before the show, obviously. Yeah, they really have become my top American knife company. My favorite. And the people there are just killer. I really, really dig it. Yeah, I have not checked out the Par or the Tiny Dancer yet, though the Tiny Dancer is one that I want to. And I'm pulling it up real quick. It's the Tenable that I prefer to the Concept, I believe. Yes, because of the micartas. I would get either the green or black micarta most likely. But I do really like the, I'm guessing this one right here is the one that you have, and either the black or the red, and they both look good. I'm going to share that Tiny Dancer. Oh, and then I'm going to share William Hornbossel's gas station entry. Kevin Santer, what it do? Good to see you, homie. Yeah, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with TRM. And I do, because they're not inexpensive knives. Now they are very fair priced for what you're getting for American quality. I believe that they're priced way lower than I expected, but they're not inexpensive. So you can save 10% and get free shipping, Dana, when you buy from TRM with the code that you'll see in the description of this video in my affiliate links. It definitely adds up at TRM. Yeah, this is the Tiny Dancer that he's talking about, if you guys aren't familiar. And it is one that I like and would like to check out. JB Stout, I've got to check out one of his folders recently and really liked it. And this looks like a great EDC fixie. And I like the choil, the poon. I do think that the rose gold looks good. But I like the micartas. Oh, that one's not micarta. Like this green and black, that's me all day. Taco sheath like it should be. Throw an ulti clip on there or scout straps, and you are set. Fantastic little fixed blade. One I definitely want to check out. Hell yeah, Dana. Faux show. They love the Kripple Krew. Like I said, they specifically asked me if they could give a knife away to the Kripple Krew. And that's why we're giving away the TRM Fixie this Saturday. Marianne even refers to you guys as the Kripple Krew. Love it. We're going to share a couple of pictures from Instagram right quick. First, William Hornbossel's gas station entry. Look at that. We got a blue dragon breathing fire all the way onto the blade. We got fire on the blade, folks. I'm going to guess that this giant flipper tab is assisted AF. Gotta love it. Ooh, Kaiser Bulldog. That's one I gotta check out. And then that's going to be a very worthy entry into the Gas Station I-Port 2025. Here is the Titanium Tuesday carry for our boy Brian F. We've got the Beard of Doom Soulstone We've got a Fractus and a Thunderhead and a Devo Mash and the Kooby silo we talked about earlier. My boy Luke Texas, Clydesdale. We've got also his Wingspan, and then a nice little custom bed laid down there from Keith the Night. No, not Keith the Night Freak. Plus, some awesome pocket stuff from Mitten Steak EDC. By the way, if you don't know, our boy Brian makes awesome ferro rods. You can get alls from him. You can get dap tools. But he makes these beautiful and pocket jank with like carbon fiber and wood, like beautiful work. He's on the EDC roundtable, which is linked below, and somebody can drop the link if they would like. And code DBD10 saves you 10% from any of the stores on the EDC roundtable. Yeah. Yesterday's EEG qualified you, hopefully. Hey, Aries, what it do, brethren? How are you, homie? Good to see you. Henry G, member Brewing, what it do, my man? Top 3 for you this year, Kevin, have been the Sage 6. Yeah, that one I've got to check out. That is so high on my list. The Drop Bear Fixie, I did check out. And your Grail Para 3 wearing RG Custom tie scales and Microritz Custom Forged Saber Ground Magnet blade. Ooh, that sounds nice. Vegas Dad. What's the haps on the crap? Selling member Kripple Krew Wink. What it do? Jesse's got the Matriarch 2 and a Vosteed Raccoon today. That Matriarch is such a wicked ripper. That's a blade you never want to be on the receiving end of. Not that you want to of any, but that's one that's going to just shred. We're talking about some of our top knives of 2025, Aries. And, different categories, but we're talking about EDC fixed blades. For me, the top budget EDC fixed blade so far this year is the Kooby and Aries EDC Bloom. Ultim or micarta, whichever you prefer. Either's gonna rock. But you know me, I had to have that Ultim. Such a fantastic size. Pinch grip, utility grip. I get a full 4-finger grip with the little lanyard on it. Got the same bloom on the belt. Yay. Breaking in a porcupine, nice knife, might need skiffs. That does look like a nice knife. That's one of their top line of locks that I haven't checked out yet. But it does look really nice. And you can drop skips into pretty much all Vosteeds except for maybe Vanker locks. I don't know about Vanker locks. The Kaiser Buddy. I'm just now getting to check that out. I have one right here that just arrived via the pass around. And I like the size better than I expected. Yes, buy a bloom and a soft loop if you don't have one already. Robert Willoughby, how are you today? This buddy, it's a good size again, and I can actually get my pinky on the knife on that jimping. The jimping on top feels good and it really locks me in, but where this feels perfect is they really scalloped this for a pinch grip. Whether it's a utility or just a regular pinch grip, it's a perfect small blade for it, and it's very comfortable in that. Be shady. What it do, brethren? If I was to get a buddy, big surprise, folks. I would get the Ultim or the Clear, probably the Ultim, because you got the puppy paws underneath it, and I kind of like that. My biggest complaint about this, Kaiser has done this too often this year. Too many times this year. Kaiser has shit the bed on the sheaths. Stupid. It's just like when I compared the Kaiser Quaken to the Ursa Major. The Quaken's a little EDC fixie. The Ursa Major is a big 9.5-inch fixed blade, and the Ursa Major's sheath was less tall than the thin little Quaken because they put a taco on the big blade and this stupid pancake on the little EDC fixies. Like they got the muskrat right, and then they got the hare wrong. Or the beaver. One of the two, the hare or the beaver, has a pancake sheath. Then they do the same thing with this buddy. If I was going to carry this, I would have to do I'd have to do a taco sheath, a custom taco sheath. Yes. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day at work, though, homie. Azula 2 and Pro Cut. Ooh. Yeah, the deckhand. The deckhand's another one. Perfect size EDC fixie. Horrible sheath. You might love tacos more. Beardo. I don't understand it either today. Now, it should be easy. It should be easy. You if you have a small EDC fixie, you give us a taco sheath. The only knives I think that should have pancake sheaths are some of the bigger and tactical knives that maybe you're going to clip to a pack or a plate carrier. But even that, I can clip a taco sheath to my plate carrier. Tacos forever. Yay, yay. This, I would consider getting one of these if I didn't know that I was going to have to make a taco sheath afterwards. All right, Kevin Santa, appreciate you hanging out, my man. Have a killer rest of your day. I just don't understand why they keep throwing this, screwing this up. We don't need 10 lashing points. We don't need 10 lashing points, period. If this was cut off and you had a taco, you throw a soft loop on this, you've got a perfect belt carry. You throw an ulti clip on this, you got a perfect pocket dropper. But then you do this crap, and I'm no longer interested. And Kaiser has done that several times this year. I don't get it. Not just this year, actually. Since they went hard on EDC Fixie starting last year with like the deckhand as such, too many of them have pancakes. But if I'm buying a budget knife, I shouldn't have to then pay somebody to make me a custom sheath or buy the materials and make it myself. Like, they know that we prefer tacos. Grab some more water. Be right back. All right. Yeah, other companies are getting it right. Kooby, doing it right. You know, even Sect gave us a taco sheath and a good clip for the sick noise. Another one of my top EDC fixies for this year is the noise. I love this chunky yet slicey boy. I really like the purple and copper, but if you don't, they have a black or a yellow G10. And this thing just feels like a pocket sword. The shape of it, the thickness of it, it feels like gripping the hilt of a sword. You got the bottle opener, perfect shape for EDC. And we may be thick, but that doesn't stop us from being slicey. 14C 28N, a taco sheath with a clip that actually holds well in pocket and allows me to draw this without the sheath coming out, or I can clip it to the belt. I can even clip this inside the waistband very well. This is the best factory clip that I've received on a sheath yet. Yep. You can put on your belt if you want. I just like dropping it in my right front pocket because, Logatha's on the belt today, homie. She is my knifiest knife that ever did knife and my top babe in my collection. But she's not a production knife. I'm talking about top production knives of 2025. You know my baby's on my belt. JB Stout did a bottle blade on one of his Vero Shift collabs. I like JB Stout stuff for sure. Yeah, this bottle opener works very well, and it doesn't get in the way of the flow. This spot right here that's open gives you a perfect pinch for a pinch grip. It feels great. That's why he left it open there. But because this is wide enough, it doesn't feel like you're missing anything when you grip the knife. Clint Crosby, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, Logatha. She is my favorite shield maiden. AEBL steel, burlap micarta, brass pins, all handmade by Aries EDC with a glow carbon fiber Aries EDC bead. Logatha goes everywhere with me. It's funny. She's not my first custom knife. She was going to be. My plans were my very first custom knife would be my Aries EDC Spike. But on AEBL, I have no issues with. I would actually, especially on a fixed blade, I would rather have AEBL than Nitro V. Now, custom heat treat here. So this is not a factory heat treat. This is a custom heat treat. So you know it's right where we want it to be. But I have no worries with AEBL on knives. It's funny. I know they're the same family, AEBL, 14C, and then Nitro V. I think it's just because we see so much of it. I've gotten tired of Nitro V and would rather have AEBL. Even though they're the same family, I'm just tired of seeing Nitro V. Now, I'd rather have 154 CM over both. But in a custom heat treated, like he said, 61 HRC, I have the certificate. This is perfect. AEBL in this app, man, I would recommend this to anybody. And when I say I prefer it over Nitro V, one more time, I'm talking production. Custom heat treat, no issues with either. Like, custom heat treat is completely different. But I love this AEBL, baby. And it's funny because, like I said, Kurt White, what's going on, my man? How are you? Like I said, she wasn't even my first custom, even though I planned her to be my first custom. I got a bunch of stuff up here now. Put your sugar right there. Oh, it's right here. You just bought your food first true custom. Yay, yay, yay. Half empty. So this knife is a production knife. This is made by Kooby. It's made in batches, large batches, and they're all heat treated at once. And then a lot of stuff is done by machines or on machines, and they're finished. They're all sharpened on a belt. And this is an Aries EDC design, the Bloom, but they licensed this from him. And this one is a production knife made by Kooby in large batches. This is a custom knife. This is made by hand, heat treated in small batches. So a lot more control over the temperature and the heat treat of each individual blade. And then everything is put together by hand. And then this is sharpened by hand. And it's a true custom knife. Like you can pick materials, and this is all built by hand. Production is made in quantity, and heat treatment and custom, you have a lot more control over every individual blade. When you're heat treating in batches, now some steels are much easier to heat treat in big batches, but some steels, you know, the first blades that come out of the furnace will be at different temperature than the last blades. And so there can be variation from blade to blade versus the control on a custom heat treat where each blade is, watched by its on its own. Yeah, I want a custom folder for sure. My first custom folder will be a Donnie Blast Vapor. I know that without a doubt. But this was going to be my first custom knife. And then on Instagram, I won this knife. This is my Under the Bridge Undertoe. He gave this away for hitting 2,000 subs on Instagram. And this is also custom heat treated. This is crew wear at 64 HRC with emerald micarta abalone, copper carbon fiber, and ram's horn with a copper carbon fiber liner. I love this burlap micarta. You see the weave, and then you turn it and you get that abalone. Turn it again, you just get the weave. But as beautiful as this almost $400 knife is, and it feels amazing in hand, I don't carry this one nearly as much as Logatha. I like the shape. I prefer Logatha's shape for EDC, but this is beautiful. And it came with a custom, handmade in America sheath with an ulti clip. However, this really only works as a pocket dropper. And that's why this doesn't get carried as often as Logatha. Because Logatha is usually on my belt with the handle directly in front of my belt buckle. So I can always get to her. And I prefer a fixie on my belt than in my pocket normally. Which is why, even though Logatha is not my first custom, she gets carried so much more than my other one. Thank you. I do agree that this is beautiful. He did beautiful work on this. And it's not a safe queen. I do use it. I've even chipped the blade. Well, in that little spot right there. And that was me hitting it, actually. I had it laid out on the table, and I was flicking another knife during a live stream, and I chipped it just a little bit right there. Man, you can see it though. But the first sharpening will take care of it. It just doesn't need one yet. It's so crazy sharp. Yep, it was. It was, Jim. Remember Kripple Krew Inc. What's up? Yo, Gatita also. Remember Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, sis? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, this is a beautiful blade. I do carry it. It's not a safe queen. I don't have safe queens. I just don't carry this one as often as Logatha. When it does need sharpening, this Crewware is probably going to Boston Blade Works. Crewware. And what it was I had a blade, and this was laying like, I don't know, I think it was facing this way. And I had my hand angled too low and reverse flicked. Bing! Oh man, you could hear it. You could hear it when it hit the blade. I hit it with the spine of the blade, and the spine barely chipped the edge. Nick. Yeah, that does. One Moon Collective, what it do? What it do? Some of that abalone jute micarta. Oh man, this stuff is so awesome. How's recovery coming, my man? Our boy One Moon Collective had shoulder surgery. He'll drop his link in a minute. You can still check out his store, obviously, and support our boy One Moon. He hasn't been able to make much lately. But yes, Logatha does get more use and more carry because the sheath is perfect. It's on my belt right now. Here we go. Scout strap from Pull the Dot, and a very minimal taco sheath. I can make it even smaller if I wanted to, but I carry it on my belt just like this, with the handle right in front of my belt buckle, so that I can always get to it. And this makes all the difference in the world for my carry versus this. It is very, very thin behind the edge. It's down to 9 thousandths behind the edge, Vegas Dad. And that 9 thousandths definitely was thin enough to chip. Welcome back, Bladed Ginger. Didn't you just order an RFA, Nick Martino? Don't you have an RFA on the way now? Somebody ordered one. You know what? Let's move this out of the way because I don't want to hurt that. That there. Put some more. I can put some of the fixies out. We'll give Logatha, put Logatha next to the bloom. My 2 Aries blades so far. I will get a custom Aries bloom cliff at some point. And let me grab another good EDC fixie. You. And you. Yeah, Kaiser got the sheath right on the muskrat, but gets it wrong on so many others. I love the Tempest and Kooby Dust Devil, but I don't carry it as often. It's not too bad for a pancake, but I still don't carry it as often because of the pancake sheath. Plus, I carry the bloom more now. I prefer the the Bloom. Just, it's more comfortable in hand, and Aries is my boy. Not that I don't like my Dust Devil, but you know what? We'll move that too for the moment. We'll put this over here. Yeah, definitely. Rule number 9, always carry a knife. That's the only reason. It's always have a rule number 9 on. I haven't handled Piranha yet. I'm not too big on automatic knives. But Piranha does look like they make some okay blades. I just haven't checked them out. Modded a muskrat sheath so tiny and flat for drop pocket came out great. Hell yes. Yeah, a little thicker and contoured would be killer. I guess they are slightly contoured. They are slightly contoured. But yeah, a little bit thicker would be dope. If you want a little bit thicker, this feels so good in the hand. The Molesec Noise by our homeboy Fabster run. Grabbed a TJ Schwartz. Which one did you grab? Man, that Overland Pro. Woof. TJ Schwartz. Overland. I'm going to go to their webpage real quick. The Overland shop. Overland Sport. That's the one I like. 265. What did it say? I'm on their website right now looking to see if it shows the 20%. It's not showing on their website. That's weird. Or Overland. Wait. Maybe it's not the Sport. 6.6. Is it the Overland X that I like? Nope, 7.7. I think, oh, the Sport doesn't have to have the holes in the handle. Okay. Yeah, it is the Overland Sport that I want to get. Checking out the sizes on them. Just to show it real quick. Code 1776, Roger. Overland X, the middle one is the one you're getting. Nice. Yeah, maybe, just maybe. Maybe, just maybe. You know, really wouldn't even need thicker scales if there was just a glow liner underneath. Then it would be wide enough. Huh. Put the glow liners under the Ultim? We might have to talk, Brian. Keep the Ultim, add glow liners, be good to go. Here's the Overland Sport is the one that I really like with, it'd be black on black with an do green micarta, coyote cerakote, green sheath, black eyelets. And you'd save 20%. So you'd save, oh, wow, you'd get that for like $200. Just over $200. I see it there. Just over $200. That's a fantastic deal for this knife that really should have a freaking taco sheath. Here's the Overland X, the middle one. This is what he is ordering. It's only a little bit more. And let's get, do they have a picture of it in hand? No. But yeah, I like either one of these but I would rock the Sport, I believe. That's a good price right now. That really is. The yellow glow with the black and burlap. Yay, yay. Your Dust Devil's American Walnut. Ooh, do you have a picture of that, homie? Squat shot. What it do, homie? How are you? You want a couple of piranhas? Very true. Very true. You can slap together a pancake sheath, and most people don't even care, Kathleen. Probably true. Red handle, black blade, gray sheath. That's going to look good. We're going to need to see pictures of that. I carried it a lot, Nick. When I first got it, I carried this a lot. This was my first EDC fixed blade, and the one that got me to start EDCing a fixed blade every day. Whoops. And then I got a few others, and I started rotating, like the raccoon that I traded to War Room from North Mountain Blade, and then the muskrat became my most carried EDC fixed blade for a bit. But my baby Logatha, she gets the most carry for sure. For sure. But she does get removed sometimes now for the bloom. All you carry is fixies? Yeah, we do care. What's up, Mud? Remember Kripple Krew Inc? How you doing, homie? Hope Jake B creates this great sheath, so doesn't Cerberus. All physical therapy went well, homie. You know what, Squatch? You've been here a long time. You're blue now. La da dee la da da, la da dee la da da. There you go. Shane. I'm not familiar at all. Well, that's good, homie. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor, please, and stab that like button like you mean it. Definitely helps when you guys do. Edgy American, yay, yay. Okay, so here's a question. I know Fred the Lug's son is making knives. Is he Edgy Bladeworks or Edgy American? One's a Sean, one's a Shane. Which one is Fred the Lug's son? Broke your screen stabbing that like button? I guess I could have said double tap your screen since it's a vertical live. Man, the thumb disc on the Chop 2 also gives you a great spot to put your thumb. Since there's one's a Scott and one's a Shane. That's right. Edgy American is Shane, and is Edgy American. Okay, Shane is not the son. So Edgy Blade Works. Scott is the son. No, Scott Stills is Edgy Blade Works. One of them is Fred the Lug's kid, I thought. I just don't know which one. No son. Oh, neither one. So who's Fred the Lug's kid that's doing knives? I heard wrong when I thought I heard that it was one of the Edgies. Oh, wow. I really heard it all wrong then, Nick. Never mind. I heard that all wrong. I thought his son was doing knives. Now it makes sense. He had it done by Edgy American, probably. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I heard Fred the Lug, I heard Son, and I heard Edgy, and I got it all mixed up. That's gonna be dope. Mud's got the Saviti Storm Ridge coming in. Oh. Fred's taking him on a knife building adventure. Man, does Fred need any more kids? Like, I'm an orphan now. Ted Schickel, you can buy this purple one from Sect Knives for only $63 after code DVD. Sect Knives, they are linked in the description of this video. This is called the Noise. Noiz. Noise. This is a purple acrylic with copper carbon fiber. And it comes with a fantastic taco sheath with a really nice clip that I actually have left on the sheath. And normally I replace clips immediately. So the fact that the factory clip is still on here says something for it. The only other clip that has stayed on was this one from Tenable. And this clip isn't nearly as good as the Molsec clip. Thank you, Ron Dobbins. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, Mud also has the Kaiser Ursa Major, which, as you guys know, I am a big fan of. If you saw the review, the Ursa Major is a fantastic fixed blade. Not an EDC fixie. But this was another EDC fixie that got a lot of pocket time. Dane Gavrilovsky, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Still washing the micarta dust and steel fillings out of your hair and hands. Yes, giving you better carry options for clips. I don't like tech locks or the T locks or any of the similar style clips. I just don't like the big chunky clips. I'd rather have an ulti clip or scout straps or a clip that just works. And the way this one is built on the Molsec holds your pocket, your belt, or your waistband very, very well. Oh, wrong sheath, but we'll put this little EDC fixie out as well. We'll do all EDC fixies for the moment. Yeah, Brass Brigade. Yeah, I think before I buy any more custom fixies, I need to save up for a Donnie B folder. Gonna eat some lunch. Yeah, yay. Homemade kettle chips. Ooh, that sounds good. Have a great day, homie. Always good to see you, brother. Much love. I'll take a look. Well, let's take a look at his American Walnut Dust Devil. Oh, I have seen this. Oh, look at that. That looks great. As one of his EDC ferro rods attached to the sheath. You can pick those up on edcroundtable.com from Mitten State EDC. Yeah, that looks really good with those walnut scales. Oh, Nixon for folders. Oh, look at this knife. The steel pocket clip on your is already getting scratched up. I didn't think that they would do DLC the clip. But hey, man, you're making killer knives. Faux show. Check this knife out that our boy Nick just scored. Oh, damn. Damn. That is dope, homie. That looks so good. Jesse Sheldon, what's going on? How are you? Plain titanium. Plain tie is my least favorite of the handle materials, other than like Benchmade's FRN. Like by far, Benchmade's Grivery is the shittiest handle material in knives. They're the worst of all the FRNs. Benchmade's Grivery, by far my most hated knife material. However, I don't like plain tie very much. I hate the way it marks up constantly from the oils in my hands. I know I have several plain tie knives, but I plan on having these customized. I have a feeling this is going to go to dark water in the next couple of weeks. And because I just don't care for plain tie. Fuzzy Kitty. The purple one is the Mole Sect Noise. It's a fixed blade from our homie Fabster run. And it is only $63 after code DBD if you go to the Mole Sect link in the description of this live stream. Mole Sect Knives Noise is the model. But I'm just not a big plain tie guy. Textured tie, and even anodized tie, I'm not a big fan of if it's plain. Now, a textured tie is completely different to me. I like textured titanium. I'm not a big fan of plain titanium. If it's tie, I like texture on it. It feels better in my hands, and it just looks better, and it keeps looking better. But, you know, my favorites are Ultim and micarta. G10 is just kind of a whatever to me. It's not a bad looking knife. Or G10 is not a bad material at all, and it feels fine in hand. It's just if there's G10, there's probably a micarta or an Ultim option, and that's what I'm going to choose if I can. Yeah, Donnie has been killing it. Donnie has been killing it. The Clydesdale is one of the few exceptions. Another one that's an exception to me is the Premium Pony Stout. Now, there's texture here, so I guess it's not truly a pure plain tie. Great Southern Treadkill, what's up? Good to see you, homie. And if if it is a G10, like the G-Cartas, the pattern G10s look kind of cooler. Or something like the Syrup on the Cormorant here. Woo, as I drop. NCC and Hypercut. Yeah. There's definitely a big Grail list, but the absolute top of my Grail list for custom knives is a Vapor. I'm going to see if I can find one right quick on his profile real quick. Here we go. No. Find the one I like, the one I want. Scrolling through a bunch of sick knives right now as I'm looking for one specific. Man, why am I not sharing the screen while I'm scrolling? With please. Newts. Oh, where is the Vapor? Oh. There's part of a Vapor. I want to show Vapor number 1. I'm getting down to it. We're getting closer to the one I'm looking for. I know it's here. It's Donnie B Pry Bar. There's said Stevie's Ripley. Where is Vapor number 1? I know Donnie carries Vapor number 1. And I cannot find it right now. Can't find the picture I'm looking for. I must have blasted past it. No, I guess Vapor number 1 would be a while back. There it is. Vapor number 1. Oh, that's number 2. This is number 2. Donnie has Vapor number 1. Here we go. Look at that floating backspacer. That's friggin' dope, my man. Ooh-wee. Big old chunky boy blade. Now. Oh, look at that. That is something special right there, folks. Vapor number 2. Oh, that looks so good. That's what I want to get. And I just found Vapor number 1. I'm going to show this one too. This is Vapor number 1. That chunky blade stock. This is obviously not finished, but all day long. Oof. Took me a minute to find, but I'm so glad I did. That's what I want. Oh, you don't have your own vapor anymore? I thought you did for some reason. Yeah, the Predator is also. Yeah, the Newt too. Yeah, that tends to be a problem. Yeah, scrolling through. Um TKE, the Night's Edge, his new Predator, Predator #1, is freaking sick. I love the Vapor. I love the Ripley and the Newt. But that Vapor just grabs me. Oh, okay. That was the one that I saw you carrying before. I'm glad it sold, though. Thomas Gabriel, what's up and welcome. The only daggers I have are not steel. They're later, Beardo. Yeah, they are amazing. They're just amazing. The only daggers I have are Evil Homie BDBs because they're made to get through metal detectors. I don't carry daggers because my state has outlawed daggers. Evil Homie BDB don't care. But there's just not really. Plus, with my hands, the way my hands twitch, when I'm using a blade, I like to have my finger on or my thumb on the spine to control the knife. And you really can't do that with a dagger. I think Kaiser's new little dagger is kind of cool looking. Their new little EDC fixie dagger. But it's just not a style of knife I carry. They're cool looking, but that's they're made for piercing and thrusting, and that's not what I do. He's not going to be selling at Blade West, Jim. If he goes to Blade West, he's going to hang out. He's not going to have a table at West. Yeah, otherwise he'd be need to kicking it into gear again. But I know that there's a couple of people in the Kripple Krew that currently, yeah, there you go, that currently have folders in the works with Donnie. Yeah, but a pocket full of knives. True that, true that. Todd Carr, what's up, homie? That's the beautiful thing about this knife world, Nick Martino, is we don't have to like what each other likes, and there's something for all of us. Whether, I'd say a majority, over 90% of folks don't. Well, for beef jerky stabbing and thrusting, I prefer a Warncliffe because then I can also get the slash. So I can stab and thrust with a Warnie, but I can also slash really well with a Warnie. But I'd say 90% of folks, over 90% of knife people, don't carry a Pakal or a Karambit. But now there's so many options out there for anybody that does want to. And the Pickled Steel Blood Eagle pre-orders are live. $45 for the Pickled Steel Karambit, and it is sick. But whether you like stilettos, another thing that's not my style, or daggers, or, there's something for everybody now at all price range. And most of it is very well built nowadays. Another thing that I just don't carry very often, I don't have very many of, is automatics. I do have a couple. I have a couple of out the side and a couple of OTFs, but I don't carry very many automatic knives. This one was a gift from the Deadly Daughter, and I like this little one. But I also like, you're fine, I'll let you out in a second. This one from Tack Knives quite a bit. It's definitely more of an EDC automatic. And I still don't carry it a lot just because I don't carry automatics. Evil homie BDP does, but I don't carry very many automatics. But again, there's a huge market for it. And so they make really nice ones for other folks. We are in the best time right now for knives. George Brits, I 100% agree. We're going to take a look at it right quick. As a matter of fact, right now is the perfect time to get your pre-orders in because these knives have already been made. They will be shipping in the near future. So you can get your pre-order in now in black or green micarta. Let's share it. Black or green micarta, reversible clip, wave feature. But this Karambit is actually rather comfortable to hold in your hand like a regular knife and do EDC tasks with if you need to. It's not nearly as hooked as most Karambits, and the design of it is comfortable in hand. But it's a perfect little pocket ripper to protect yourself. Front flipper plus the wave means this thing's going to fly open in your hand when you pull it out of your pocket. And it's $45 after code Cripple10. Great deal. And it's so lightweight too. It's a perfect backup to have on you when you need it. You guys all know I'm horny for Warnies. I love Warnies. I love sheepfoot. That's my favorite styles. But I carry a lot of drop points. Carry a lot of Tontos. I have a lot more Tontos now than I used to. As long as the Tonto has a compound grind, I'm in. But I still don't carry very many clip points. It's just not my main style. And I don't like a lot of big belly blades normally. Now, a clip point that's nice and low, I don't mind. It's just still not my favorite style. But as long as it's low and easy to use, I dig it. Normally, I'm not a big fan of a trailing or a high point on a clip point. However, this one is specifically made for trusting. And it will do that very well. I don't have very many recurves either. Very few recurves. But I definitely find myself drawn more to sheep's foot and Warnies. The aesthetic of them is very pleasing to me. And I just love the low tips because most of what I do is opening stuff. You know, the low tip is great for that. I haven't had which is State Bill 5334, Jim. I haven't broken any Wharncliffe tips. Now, I do have a Wharncliffe whose tip was broken. The Wharncliffe that I traded for from War Room, the Spyderco Cutlery Shop exclusive CTS XHP Warnie. This had the tip busted off, just barely. The tip had been broken off, but you can't tell now. One sharpening and Boston Blade Works made that go away. Still got the pokey tip. Plus, the sharpest knife in my house right now. Easily the sharpest. Spring blade knives and wah. Yeah, we need that. Because none of the OTFs that I have, or none of the automatics, I should say, that I have are legal to carry in the state of Washington. Yeah, no, you did. I'm not complaining. This is a Grail knife, and what I'm saying is that busting the tip on a Warnie doesn't necessarily ruin a knife. It was just a minor, break on the tip, and you can fix it. So that's why tip damage on a Warnie doesn't scare me. I haven't had it happen, but this one that did, you could never tell. It is just as pokey as the original Warnie. He does do an insanely clean work. And I knew how much he loves this knife in particular. He has 3 of them. So I wanted him to be the one to sharpen it. And if I didn't know about the tip, or if I hadn't just told you guys, you wouldn't know. If I ever were to somehow break the tip on Logatha, it could be fixed right away. So I don't let that bother me so much, Ron. Todd. I mean, I don't let the tip damage keep me away from a blade shape that I love. And I'm not saying, and I don't want anybody to think that War Room traded me a broken knife or anything like that. He knew I wanted the knife, even with the tip damage, because it's so fixable. And it's a Grail knife you cannot get anymore. So it went to Boston Blade Works, and I received a better than new edge. Gotta love it. Can't beat it. So all I'm saying is don't let tip damage scare you. Yeah. I have a knife that I was chasing forever. And it looks just like a stock blade. So if you really like a knife, Todd, don't let the tip damage scare you. And, if you are worried about it, stick to tougher steels like 14C or AEBL versus, I don't have too many chippy steel Wharncliffes. I have like S90V on this hologram penguin, and it does have a very fine tip, but I've had no issues. But I don't have anything like an S110V or something super chippy that's got a fine point like that. Yes, and that's another thing about preference. There's something to suit all of our preferences anymore. Golden age of knives, faux show. I'm gonna let the puppies up. Be right back. All right. But, you know, with something this pokey, I did want AEBL because of its toughness. And so I really don't worry about this one. Haven't had an envelope or package yet that damaged the tip. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's just Warnies and sheep's foot. Definitely do it for me. You know, another one that I'm not as big into as others are gravity knives, but that doesn't mean that they're not cool. And it's sick that stuff like this is available for people now. This one, the snow leopard, is definitely done better than the Remet swordfish. Not that the swordfish was bad, but they made the mechanism better and smoother on the snow leopard and easier to bite in the exact right place every time. But we have so many different types of knives available to us anymore. I don't know if you guys have seen. I know. Let me see. Here it is. If you like OTS, smaller ones, that new little tack knives Benji is a wicked little OTF. Small enough pretty much to disappear in your hand. Just big enough to get 4 fingers on. Not my style of knife, but a very sick little OTF for folks that do like them. Great action. The choice that we have nowadays from budget to premium to custom, US made, China, Taiwan, Italy, so many good options anymore. We are spoiled for sure. And the nice thing about it is it definitely leaves room for a lot of channels because there isn't one of us that can keep up with all of these knives. Not even MC. We were all reviewing the exact same stuff. It would get rather boring after a bit. But luckily, the selection out there is so wide. So what do you guys think of Cripple Dome? I haven't quite set the format yet. I'm still working on trying to make it look better. But do you guys like that as kind of a change up in the videos? because I've had kind of some fun making them. They do take a lot more time for me editing, but I've done a few of them now. I'm just curious what you guys think of them. You like it? Just something a little bit different mixed in with the regular reviews? The one yesterday was pretty close. Both of those knives, the Concept Side-Bin and the Kooby Silo, are nice knives. But for me, the Silo definitely did take it. Pulling out one that showed up yesterday. Oh. Yeah, Blue made that intro for me. Illuminati. This came in yesterday. The Concept Deadite by Tough Knives. Let's wipe that off a bit. Satin finishes and fingerprints. I love this 80s camo. The 80s camo carbon looks so good on knives. It's pretty nice. Oof. That action will take your thumb off. Ooh. Damn. The action on this is nutty. You could easily get rid of that flipper tab and really have a nice knife. Ooh. If this flipper tab were gone. And internal stop pins. So you could remove the flipper tab. Oh, that action. The Odd 21. Yeah, that's another cool looking one. This is one that I didn't think I was going to like. It's not my style on the blade. I'm not, this long swooping clip really isn't me. And this kind of Tonto-ish tip point right here just doesn't make sense because one sharpening and that's gone. That should have just been rounded, but the action is nutty. And it really does feel good in hand. And if that flipper tab wasn't there, feels like the blade is longer than the handle. It's not, but they really nailed that blade to handle ratio on this. I do like this quite a bit more than I was expecting to. God, that flick is so nice. Whew. This one grew on me very, very quickly. I did not think I was going to care for this knife. I like it when a knife surprises me like that. I wanted to review this just to create a video on it because I knew some people would like it. But I didn't think it was going to be me. Swedge looks beautiful. Oh, the action is the best. The Odd 21 is one that I need to check out. Concept. I like what they're doing a lot. They're killing it both on the premium and budget. Concept and Tenable. To me, I prefer Concept and Tenable over Wii and Civivi. Just design wise and the feel of the knives. I know some people are definitely going to disagree with that, but that's okay. Rolf MFN Robertson. What is up, brethren? How are you today? Big surprise. We've kind of been talking about knives for a little while. Though we talked about tools also. Now that you're here, Rolf, I want to know. Oh, on the job. Never mind. Never mind. I appreciate you popping in and hitting that like button. Hope you have a great rest of your day, my friend. I was going to ask what your top 3 knives for 2025 so far were, but we'll do that next time. What's your top 3 blades so far of 2025? It can be different categories. Like my top budget knife is absolutely the Flightanium Arcade Light. So far, the best budget knife of the year, without a doubt. While this might be my top premium knife of the year. So far, my top EDC production fixed blade of the year goes to the Kooby Bloom. We are halfway through our year now. July 1st. So crazy. So crazy. It's already July. I'm going to let Pupper back in real quick. One sec. All right. The Concept Bison, Tenable Bomber, and Odin Wolf fixed blade with Candy Grind. Good selections. Good selections. Most used is the Tempest Microburst. Nice. I'm getting one of those in, I think that's one I'm doing. Let me look it up real quick. Tempest Micro. I don't remember if I'm getting the Microburst or Microjet. I got to look them up. Nope, I'm getting the Microjet. Never mind. I'm getting an Ultim Microjet in trade. Right? Yes, that's what I'm getting. The Tempest Microjet in Ultim. I'll show it. There it is, the ultimate version. SC4 more companion, Kershaw Blur Magnicut. What's up, NG Carson? The new breed wingspan. Okay. That's definitely a good one. Oh, show. Let's take a look at this. This is one that I've got coming right now in trade. It'll be my second Tempest in the collection, and both will be Ultim. That'll be here in the next couple of days. Yeah. The microburst is one that I really want to get. I love the blade shape on it. That's one of my top KC designs. But that Ultim Microjet will go good with my dust double. Roger that, Neil Mac. Appreciate you popping in. Did anybody pick up one of the new stouts with the fat carbon? Wait, did those drop yet? Can't remember if that drop already happened or if that's one of the upcoming drops. I see so much stuff from him. Tempest Knives are one of your next buys or trade. Yay, yay, yay. The Microburst, the Pinion, the Supercell, and the Thunderhead are all ones that I really want to get. Later, brother. Hope you have a killer day, War Room. Much love to you and the family. Tell your lovely ladies I said hello. This and this were the first two knives to really get me to start carrying titanium. I know this one looks familiar to Rolf. Got this in a trade from him. And these two were the ones that got me to start changing my mind. Because I really did not like titanium in the beginning. And these were the two that got me to start carrying it. Now, I have more titanium than I expected I would. God, that sound. Gotta love. Yeah, these two changed it for me, for sure. Using the titanium before micarta, now you prefer micarta? Yeah, I love the feel of micarta. It's just, in hand, I prefer micarta even over Ultim. Mrs. Daly's on for lunch. And I'm actually getting pretty hungry. So I think I'm going to cut this off and go have lunch with Mrs. Deadly. I appreciate everybody hanging out today and chatting knives. TNT, Thursday Knife Talks with DBD and War Room is back this week. So we will see you guys live Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget, folks, tomorrow, the TRM tag-along review will be up, and that will be your entry video to enter to win the TRM tag-along fixie, Mad Yako Hank, and Woobin G5 flashlight this Saturday. Make sure you enter this week on the TRM video and tune in this Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, for your chance to win a sold-out Batch 1 TRM tag-along fixie. That's going to be a blast. I hope to see everybody there. Thank you, everybody, for the well wishes. I appreciate that. Much love to my EDC familia. And until next time, stay safe, stay frosty, and stay deadly.